This is the Astros Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Houston Astros, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Well, it was another embarrassing showing for the Houston Astros on Sunday as they cannot hit a baseball to save their lives at the moment as they get absolutely owned by Jose Soriano and the Angels pitching today, and they cannot find any kind of way to get any kind of hits at the moment as they look, well, about as bad as you can get at the plate. Hello and welcome to the Locked On Astros Postcast this early evening. Appreciate you guys for hanging out and giving me a few minutes before we got started. I unfortunately have a very under-the-weather wife here at home and just had to take care of her for a few minutes before I started the show. The Astros lose today. It's just another day, same kind of story. We're going to get through all of it. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Football season. It's here. Visit the FanDuel app today and start planning your futures bets now. All right. Well, I guess you can probably figure out what the number one thing that we're going to talk about from this one is.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Yeah, that's right. What we just led with. The Astros can't hit at all. And the loss today, by the way, comes at a bad time. They got lucky last night that the Mariners lost to the Guardians, but today that was not the case. Guardians were leading the game, quite a bit of it today, but the Mariners ended up beating the Guardians today, so the Astros lead in the American League West goes back 2 games. But today it's about the hitting. Now, look, I always will remind you guys, and I have to remind myself too at times, I'm going to be mad, yes. I am frustrated watching this baseball team play right now. Even if the Angels are not a good team, which they're not. Today they threw their best starter out there maybe. Jose Soriano's legit arm. He's got legit stuff. Like, watching him today, he's tough. He throws 97 to 99 with a sinker that dives. That is not easy to hit. And then he'll throw that little tight slider that's like 91, 92 miles an hour. It's not easy at all. And it gets really even more difficult when you're in the middle of not being able to touch a baseball. And that's exactly where the Astros are at. I mean, to think about the fact that they came home after playing Baltimore, where they slugged the baseball over the weekend against the Orioles, against an Orioles team that the weekend before had shut them down at home. And then they came home to start a homestand where they're facing the worst pitching staff in baseball, and then in terms of ERA, worst ERA in the American League. Today, excluded. Again, Soriano's legit. That guy's a dude. He's got some stuff. I would take him on this team any second of the day. But they've come home and they have just, it's amazing that through the first 6 games, honestly, that they're 3-3. It truly is. Now, it's also terrifying by the fact that if they don't start hitting the baseball, the Yankees, I mentioned this last night, they're coming to town to finish off this homestand. It's a lengthy homestand. And they're playing good ball right now. Yeah, they've been playing with fire for a while, has this team, in terms of holding on to the American League West lead. All right. You've got, a 2-game cushion here. But the fact is, outside of today, they have absolutely coughed up some opportunities on paper when you look at it and say, hey, you're facing a lot of bad pitchers on this homestand. And they're 3-3. Really, last night was a really bad one. Hendricks is really bad this year. Every one of them. And they've done absolutely nothing. We kind of played the game in last night's post-game show as well. You just go up and down the lineup right now and who's hitting and who's not hitting. And, really, nobody's hitting. That's it. I thought the approach today was a little bit interesting. They were a little bit patient with him, which I thought was good because they ran the pitch count up early. And then they pivoted because it wasn't working, and I felt like they got aggressive, and that allowed Soriano to settle and get deeper into the baseball game than it looked like he probably was going to early. But Payne is doing nothing right now for them. I don't really have any complaints with Jordan since he's been back. He hit the baseball hard today, and every team that's faced him so far has been just deathly afraid to even pitch to him. He's getting on base every game, so I have no Jordan complaints right now. Altuve is in the crapper at the moment. Correa had been red hot. He has hit his first slump since being back. Absolutely in a slump. Sanchez had been red hot, but did you nothing today. Walker's Walker. I mean, this is what I don't get too high, too low anymore on him because I don't expect him to go out and do anything. Talked a lot about Yiner, how disappointed I am at him. Same kind of story here. Urias gets a start today. A lot of his at-bats were okay, actually. And then, honestly, the quicker that they can get Taylor Trammell back here, which sounds like it'll be tomorrow, and then Jake Myers, Jacob Melton doesn't need to see the field anymore. Great elite speed. He's always been heralded as a guy that knows the zone as well, but he has shown absolutely nothing at the big league level since being brought up here. I mean, literally nothing. So that's where they're at. And on top of that all today, they waste Hunter Brown going out there and giving you another strong start. Hunter Brown goes and gives you 6 innings of 1-run ball, 3 hits, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks. I was a little surprised that Hunter Brown only struck out 5 today because the Angels strike out a ton, and he only got 5. Angels only struck out 9 times. The Astros struck out 10. Soriano piled on 8 of those himself as he was 7 shutout with no runs and a hit. And Hunter Brown, by the way, tough luck loser in this one. 6 innings, 1 run, and you take the loss. 10-7 now on the year with a 2.34 ERA. His record, I mean, look, win-loss is not something that they use in terms of picking Cy Youngs anymore, but, I mean, he should have 15, 16 wins on the year, easy, and he's got 10. Because his offense stinks, and this all gets back to, can this team be a threat in the postseason if this is what they do, which is, the answer is simple, it's no. With what they've done, they've got the calendar month of September, which starts tomorrow, to get it going offensively. Time to go, boys. See what you got. Let's talk about tomorrow's game. Brief moment. Here on the Locked On Astros Postcast. All right, well, I have a few messages for you from our fine sponsors here on the show. You still paying full price for gas? Stop leaving money behind. Get real cash every time you fill up with the free Upside app. Simply download the free Upside app right now in the App Store or Google Play and start earning cash at the pump today. Use my limited time promo code SEASON and get an extra 25 cents per gallon back on your first fill up. You can make up to $300 per year just for buying the gas that you already need. At first, I thought it was too good to be true, but it's totally legit. Real people are getting paid just to make their daily commutes, and you can too. Plus, you can cash out at any time to your bank account, PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Don't let this offer drive on by. Download the free Upside app now using my limited time promo code SEASON for a limited time 25 cent per gallon bonus. That's promo code SEASON. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions. Now let's tell you about a place where you can put your money on it, and that is FanDuel. The NFL season is, well, it's here. The NFL is starting this week, and FanDuel is making sure you get ready for kickoff with a can't-miss offer. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. So you're already are you ready to play? Because I'm ready to play. Download the FanDuel app now by visiting FanDuel.com to get started. That's FanDuel.com to place your first $5 bet. And one last message before we get back to our Astros discussion here this afternoon after a loss. Let's talk about Prize Picks. I like winning on Prize Picks. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks, the daily fantasy app where making the right call can actually pay off. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right means cashing in. With football back, Prize Picks is the simplest and fastest way to get in on the action. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player projections, and you can turn your takes into real prizes in all of less than 60 seconds. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONMLB for $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Astros losers today against the Angels. Once again, 2 days in a row of losing to them after snapping their winning streak last night. They've now lost 2 in a row. Mariners win today, so the Astros lead in the American League West back to 2 games. It'd be nice to get back to like 5. It really, really would. And don't look now. The Rangers are not dead in the division yet. I've not seen if they're playing today, or I shouldn't say if they're playing today. They are playing today, but I've not looked at a score as we are doing this live. But they have played good ball of late, and they are still in the race in the West and in the wild card. So I don't think that they're going to make it, but they're up 5-0, by the way, on the A's at the moment, so they are going to be 4.5 games back of the Astros now. Astros play the Rangers this month as well. So heat's on, boys. You better figure it out. Tomorrow they got to figure it out. There's no other way around it. You can't keep putting out this kind of effort at the plate and expect anything to change, period. Does not matter what's going on. I want to say this too real quick. I wanted to bring this up. The Taylor Ward play out there in left field today. I just saw the quote here. He smashed his face into the wall in left field trying to make a play. Joe Adell of the Angels had this to say about the left field here in Houston. He's doing what he's supposed to do. He's being aggressive on a play. The bottom line, and I've talked about this before, but there should be no out-of-town metal scoreboard anywhere on the baseball field. It's the big leagues. This bleep is ridiculous. A guy goes back to make a play, and he's got to worry about a metal fence. That's crazy. So that's my honest opinion about it. He did everything he could to make the play, and he gets beat up by something that's beyond controllable. I understand that he's upset about it, but I think it's a heat-of-the-moment emotion, not remembering what the walls are in other ballparks. Has he been to Wrigley? They play with a brick wall. It's covered in ivy. It's bricks. Go run into that thing. That's worse. It's bad too. Or go to Fenway, where that thing's got metal all over it. So, look, if he wants to feel that way, that's fine. I don't know if they're going to change. They've talked about changing that in the past, but it doesn't bother me. I just wish they'd be quicker sometimes on the scores out there. What I'd be more appreciative of is the Astros going out there and scoring some runs tomorrow. They got to do that. Of course, when the game ends. Oh, and by the way, the Astros did announce Luis Garcia will make his first start of the season tomorrow. So that will be interesting to see how that goes. When that game does finish tomorrow afternoon, come right back here. Join me for the Locked On Astros Postcast. Guys, and go and enjoy your rest of your Sunday. Try to just not think about the Astros for a minute like I'm going to do. We'll talk again tomorrow after Astros and Angels. Locked On Astros Postcast.